Hello and welcome to Take 3 with PT. This is a YouTube series where I take 3 minutes to talk about a biblical or practical topic. And today we're asking the question, what makes a healthy marriage? Of course, in my context, I'm talking about 21st century Western marriage, not arranged. The extended family is really not that involved, built on romance and shared interests. But here we are. What makes it work? Well, I want to suggest three things. I think communication is a key. I think that working together is a key, and I think bearing with one another is a key to a healthy marriage. So let's talk about those three things. Communication, first key. Book of James, chapter 1 says, be slow to speak, quick to listen, and slow to anger. That's great advice in any relationship, especially great in marriage. We need to be good at communication. Communication doesn't mean you just talk and say everything that comes to your mind. Communication is the ability to exchange ideas with someone, to empathize with someone. It's not just your mouth and your ears that are involved, it's your whole body that's involved. So the key to communication is making sure with your spouse you set aside time and space to sit down, to lean in, to lock eyes with your spouse, to nod, to give verbal affirmation, and share ideas. Share your heart with this person. That is a key to a healthy marriage. Good communication. It requires the whole body removing distractions. Take some time for that. Second key to a good marriage is working together, sharing the load. It's real easy to look at the responsibilities in a household and feel like maybe you do more, maybe your spouse does most of it, and you can feel like you're in competition. I think it's really healthy to take turns and to share different responsibilities and to do the things that you really like doing, even if it's not traditional. My wife loves, here's my wife, she loves to mow the lawn. Traditionally, that's what the man does. Well, some of those traditions are old-fashioned. I like to do laundry. That's weird, right? But we're both doing something. We can take turns cooking. We can take turns with responsibilities with the kids. That doesn't mean I don't have set responsibilities, and she doesn't have set responsibilities. But what we found, and this is really helpful in any marriage relationship, is to occasionally check in with the spouse and say, hey, how can I help? That's such a powerful phrase. How can I help? You see them stressed out. You see them overburdened. How can I help? If you see them really angry, you might not want to ask that because then they'll think you're coming to the rescue. But how can I help? The final thing is we've talked about communication. We've talked about working together. We also want to bear with one another. Your spouse is a different person than you. They may have a different personality type, a different Enneagram number. They certainly have different personality quirks than you do. I tend to rearrange the dishwasher after my wife has already put stuff in there. I can imagine that'd be really irritating. I know that she doesn't put her clothes in the closet right away. Sometimes they're piled up there on the floor. That could be really irritating to me. And you have your own issues in your own marriage, and you could fight about those things constantly. Or you could bear with that person, recognizing that you're not going to change these little things about them. So instead of letting it be an irritation, let it be endearing. That's why my wife and I came up with the term endearitation. It's a way of bearing with one another. Communication, working together, bearing with one another.